Passion for coaching and mentoring the next generation of women's basketball players?
Ooh, that's a great question. I would just say growing up as an inner city kid, having people who did that for me is one of the main reasons why I want to give that to young people, because I think any sport, whether it's basketball, whatever you choose to play, it can have such a significant impact on your life. And just to be able to connect with people in that way is why I'm so passionate about it.
Can you share a specific moment or experience that shaped your work ethic and motivated you to achieve greatness on the court?
Yes. So I remember I started playing basketball late. I would say 5th grade, and I fell in love with the game. And I remember my freshman year of high school, I came in not knowing really what to expect, and I was playing JV and varsity at the time, and I wanted to be on varsity so bad. Like I just knew within like I could get there. And so like the summer of my freshman year going into sophomore year, I talked to my AU coach about it, and I told him like my goal was to be starting on varsity. Like I mean going from playing 0 to starting on varsity the next year, and he pushed me that summer. He helped me develop my game in many ways, like ball handling, being able to defend at a high level. And that next year I was starting, but it came down to like my ability to put in the work, and that changed my life honestly, and it taught me work. So.
Definitely. How do you balance being a role model and a coach, and what values do you aim to instill in your players?
I don't really think there's balance. I think who you are as a coach is who you are as a person. There's no separation. I just try to live right based on my values and model that behavior with my players. Because if I'm preaching something to them, I'm not just saying it, I'm walking it too.
Definitely. What are some common misconceptions about being a successful athlete, and how do you address those with your team?
I think times have changed in terms of being successful. That's defined differently. I think some people think because they're good, they don't have to work hard. But I think when you work hard, that makes you achieve the success, right? Versus just, I'm talented, I don't have to work hard. Two go hand in hand. I think I've learned over the years that playing hard is actually a talent. It really is. Like, most people think just because you play hard, like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I fully agree. I definitely
It's a
agree,
talent. Like,
sure.
playing hard takes you to that next level versus having the skill.
I preach that as well, effort and energy.
Yes, I'm a big
and
effort coach. So
sure.
That's something that I always talk with my team about, is like giving effort no matter what. And I was grateful in my first year as a head coach because they gave that. They gave effort. So.
How do you approach goal setting with your players, and what strategies do you use to help them achieve their objectives?
Great question. So based on my experience, I would say I just be with them individually, and it's based on their strengths. I like to play the players' strengths and then work in the areas where they need to. So just meeting them where they're at, I would say, is how we set the goals. Realistic goals. Some will come in and say, I don't know, I want to be on a conference, and it's like, all right, well, this is what you need to do to get there. Let's start with short-term goals versus
Definitely. I'm all about that. Getting 1% better every day and letting that add up to something.
I preach that every day in practice.
Sure. What do you believe are the most critical skills or traits for a player to develop to succeed at the collegiate level?
You have to have passion. You definitely need to be passionate about whatever it is you're doing. Hard work, commitment, and discipline. Your mindset has to be so different if you want to be at that level. I'll give you an example. My freshman year of college, I just remember walking into the program, and a teammate of mine literally said in our first game of the season that, oh, this is what Elms women's basketball is, we lose. But coming from a winning program in high school, I didn't have that mindset, and I never bought into that mindset. And I think because of that, that is why the team was so great, because everyone else started to buy in. I'm not saying I was like this, I had this big influence, but I never wavered into the over losing, right? And that allowed others to buy in and work hard, and that's why we won the championship my freshman year. We had the pieces, but everyone was on board. Like, no, we're gonna change that culture. We're gonna beat them.
Definitely talk that championship talk. Yeah, can you walk us through your approach to building a strong team culture and how you foster camaraderie among your players?
Yes, so most coaches, they'll do like contracts. I don't really do contracts. We'll meet with the team at the start of the season and we'll talk about standards. And we'll put it on the board and we'll write them down, but I want them to agree to the standards just so that they know, okay, I can hold myself to this. Because accountability is the first piece into building a culture. So, for instance, some of our standards was like, skip it or deal with it, meaning like if you have an issue with someone, you need to address it. If not, you just need to move past it. And then the other one was like speak with, not about, and I think those two go hand in hand, meaning like you're not going to like the next person talking about Sally, you're going directly to Sally and saying, hey, this is my issue with you, right? And I think those are life skills, right? Because you're going to deal with conflict in a team, but those are just two examples of standards that I tried to implement last year and that we're going to continue to do moving forward to help build this healthy culture.
Definitely. How do you handle setbacks, losses, or disappointments, and what lessons do you hope your players learn from those experiences?
I think the greatest lesson in losing is you're able to grow. You learn more from losing than you do winning. So it's constantly instilling that into them, like how can we be better moving forward? That's how you grow. And I'm a growth-oriented person. And either you change and evolve, or life is just gonna pass you by. So, yeah.
For sure. So last but not least, what advice would you give to young athletes who aspire to follow in your footsteps and become a champion in their own right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a great question. You got me there. I think it's more so your journey is your journey at the end of the day. Some of the greats that I looked up to growing up, like I used to watch a lot of NBA as a kid just because my dad, that was something he did. But I would say like D Wade and Kobe were like two people that I really tapped into. But I also learned to do it my way, and understood my journey was completely different. I mean, they're professionals. So just stay the course and know that everything's going to work out for you. And always do your best.
Thank you.